Oh, am I happy to be here? And I have the captions. Because apparently there's a new law that requires us to have captions, but I don't know how it's going to come out on YouTube. Anyhow, it's good to be with you today, and we're going to do. I'm going to make two of these if I can. Boy, am I uncomfortable. Hold on. My back, I have a little bit of a back problem, guys. Sorry. Okay. So it's been a while. I know I always promise that I'm going to be online and giving you all sorts of things, but there's a lot of you, and we have been really busy doing what matters to you, which is casting, which is why a lot of you are very happy with our work. Now, I'm going to make two videos today if I can. It is my intention to make two little videos today. And there are energetic tricks that help me and my clients a lot. And you can do this. I recommend every client, if you are a client of mine who is currently having an order with us that is being cast, do this. Do this. And I'm going to explain to you why you should do this every day. Now, there will be this video that is meant to increase your target's feelings, perhaps making that person obsessed, but reviving those feelings. The energy of the entire energy would be the energy of the Ace of Cups, the energy of the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, to renew those feelings in your target, okay? And why am I doing this? Because we have a very good product, a very good product right now that a lot of you are finding very beneficial, and it's the LP666. If you don't know what that is, go on our website, order it, and it'll change your life, guaranteed. So a lot of you are doing that and are finding that your target comes around, right? But it says, oh, Danny's back. He's back. He's around. But I want him to be more obsessed. I want him to be more invested in me. For that, I suggest that when we cast your LP666, you also do this, and we're going to talk about this. I also did explain this. Does this thing I can reach? Oh, great. Sorry. It's still about my back pain. I also do feel that you should do this, as I say, while we cast, but also you can do it on other times. You know, it's a habit. It's something that you learn. It's a technique that will benefit you, whether you go with us with another caster or you do it your own. You should always do this. And this is not a new method. A lot of manifestors have talked about it in their videos, TikToks. It's the whisper method, but the way I do the whisper method is a little bit different than other people, and I'm gonna give you tweaks there. So, we did talk about the whisper method and the energetic trick to get your target to be a little bit more enthralled with you. But this one happens to be a collection of feedbacks. So what worked for our clients that truly had that person obsessed with them all the way to some of them to marry them, and that over, I would say, a period of 2 years. And I also tested it on myself. Okay, so I am going to give you a technique that you should do, that we talked about, and you should do it every day, probably 2 or 3 times a day. Okay? Then I'm also going to give you something in another video, hopefully I can make that today, where you improve your own finances, whether it is through casting with us, the wealth spell, or just by doing what I'm going to tell you to do. And you can just follow the video and come back to the video anytime you want. And you can also do the same on this one. Before we start, I have three things very, very quickly. I promise I won't take much of your time. The first thing that I need to say, we have a sale and it's going to end automatically on the 10th. And after that, it depends on the casters that we work with, but there might not be another sale for a little while. This was the Easter sale, okay? So if you are wanting to get something going and you're worried about not being able to afford it, I would take advantage of the sale and we can always schedule it later. And many of you know. Now, the next two things that I need to say are not I'm not addressing to our clients. We have fantastic clients. Most of you have been with us for years, and even the new ones that we acquired these years are amazing clients. What I'm about to say has nothing to do with the clients. It's with people that watch our videos that have never bought with us, and then they make contact with us. So if you are a client of mine, feel free to skip. Doesn't pertain to you. Or you can just watch it for curiosity, won't take much. So if you are watching my video and you're going through the website and you decide to make contact with me, please don't ask me, how much is it for this pail? All the prices are listed on the website. For each product, you will have a price under the website. It is like, so I feel like I'm not even wanting to answer to somebody that makes contact with me and says, I want to bring my boyfriend back. How much do you charge? I'm not going to answer that. All the prices are on the website. You can go to the website and decide what you want to purchase. If you don't know what to do, you can always order a consultation with me. I make it very affordable. If you are located in the EU, that means Europe, European Union, you can pay in euro. You can go at the bottom of the Zoom consultation listing and pay in euro. If you are in America, you can also order a consultation with me. Many of you have done that several times, and you can pay in US dollars. If you are in China or any other country that does not use the euro or the dollar, I'm going to ask you to pay in US dollars through our website. Okay, so I think I am clear on that. The second thing that I need to say, and this is again is not for our clients, is for people who watch our videos, and we receive these X-rated messages a lot. You see something on my channel, and then it says, I would like to bring back my girlfriend and to have a better sex life. Great. Stop there. I would like to bring back my girlfriend and to have a better sex life. I understand. You can see me privately on Zoom and we can discuss that. But do not tell me in details, I would like to undress and do this and do that. And that's too much information. When I see that, I assume that's something that doesn't pertain to us. We are not an adult content website. I will disregard it entirely. So do not put X-rated material on our contact form or order form. Also, when you are ordering with us, I understand that some of you might get frustrated with your targets, but please keep it clean. It's an order form. All we need to know is your name, their name, a little brief situation without expletives, and why you're requesting our service. So I hope this helps, because we are getting so many X-rated messages on when did we open an adult contact website? I'm like, never. So it should not happen, and I have instructed all of my staff to disregard that. Anyhow, thank you for watching. If you're still here, let's move on to my version of the whisper method. Now I use water. This is a water incantation spell that you do primarily in the morning, primarily with the first urine of the morning. So urine is involved for this version of the whisper method because it's an actual energetic spell. It's an actual incantation spell, very effective one. So you need water and you need your urine. Please, if you have to do number two, do not do this. Do it only when you need to do number one. Okay? If you are not from the US and you don't know what number one and number two is, well, number one is urination and number two is another thing. Okay. We want to keep it clean. So you want to get that person obsessed with you, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen different versions of the whisper method. But what I am going to tell you today to do is this. You're gonna grab a glass of water, very clean glass of water. Okay? What excuse me. What I usually do is I either get the glass of water out of the dishwasher so it's really warm. Okay. If you run the dishwasher in the morning and you get the glass that is still warm, that feeling. If you don't have a dishwasher at home because people are all over the world, you can put your glass under a little bit of hot water, running hot water, and it'll become a little warm. Okay, so then you have this clean glass of water. You can get water from the plastic. I am not advertising for any brand of water. Any brand of water will do. Do not use carbonated water. It has to be plain mineral natural water. So you're just gonna put a little bit. You don't need much. Okay. Okay, so in a previous version of the whisper method, we worked on self-concept. I have you imagine that you are in front of a mirror to work on your self-concept. In this version of the whisper method, this energetic trick that I'm teaching you today, I am not going to work on your self concept. I am going to work at making this person obsessed with you. So, the first thing that you need to absolutely do is place your hands on the glass. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to imagine a blue cord that goes from your heart to your target's heart. You're going to wrap your target's heart onto this blue cord and bring the blue cord back to you. That's the first thing that you need to do, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to visualize that. To visualize that a blue cord is leaving your heart, is reaching your target, is surrounding your target's heart and wrapping around your target's heart, and is bringing your target to you. Okay, and that's all you need to do. Now you're going to drink a sip of water. I'm going to do it for you. Just a sip. See, there's still some water in there. You don't need a lot of water. It's just symbolic. Now you're going to go to the bathroom because you need to pee. All right. So now you are in the bathroom, which I am just going to describe to you. And as you are releasing, you're going to imagine your target wherever he or she normally is. You're going to approach your target from the left ear of your target. And just say very briefly, we'll call your target John. John, text me, text me, text me. Or John, message me, message me, message me. 3 short, very sharp commands. Then you're gonna grab his face or her face, turn it towards you, kiss their forehead, and say, hurry up. You're going to then observe your target, grab their phone, and look at your pictures. or social media. And that is all you need to do. That's the basic, okay? There are some people, and that's another technique that some of the manifestors use, that add an extra step to this. You're still there imagining your target going through your pictures or your messages or your social media, and you see your target opening the messaging app and starts typing something to send you. You visualize your target hesitating but then hitting send, and you also visualize your phone receiving a bunch of text from the desired person. That's an extra step. Why is that an extra step? A lot of manifestors claim that this will essentially make the target text you. In my view, that's not always true. It brings people to text you. You're going to get an enormous amount of text. Some of you are going to be receiving text from your ex or somebody that you have been involved with. Some of you are starting to feel like you want to talk to your ex. So it creates a little bit of noise. Ultimately, it does bring the target, okay? But I prefer to leave it as the target looks at your pictures and checks out on you, because most of the time that will do its job on your own. You come out of the bathroom, last step, and you finish your water. Done. You have successfully cast an energetic spell. I think that people don't realize, and I do track their feelings with the tarot. People don't realize that if you do this 2 or 3 times a day, you will change the energy between you and that person, particularly because there's that blue cord that you're sending from yourself to that person. I have seen I have seen people who run into each other if they live in the same city. I have seen people reconnecting in social media. I have seen people being contacted by the target, whatever the situation. It will no longer just bring the target, because that we can do. The LP666 is very effective at that, but it will also increase their feelings. So when I look at the tarots, after you guys do this little trick 2 or 3 times a day on a person, I will see how does X feel about Y. I start seeing the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the new feelings, the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune. Something tells me that something has shifted in how the person feels about you. And that there is no substitute for that. You can help us and you can help yourself. And I hope that this will help you. There will be occasionally, if you do this right, you will feel a little bit of irritation yourself, kind of like when we cast for you. You could feel like you dream about your target. You might feel a little more sensual than usual because the blue cord connects to you and your target. That is a step that you do not want to miss. You start with that in the morning, okay? But that's very important, because it just connects you and your target. And then you can do the whisper method, and then you can talk to your target and imagine that your target is looking at your phone. If you want to also visualize that the target is messaging you, you can do that. You don't have to. You can just skip to the next part where you come back to the table, out of the bathroom, you finish your water, and done. You wash your glass normally and you put the water in the refrigerator. But some people like to do that middle step where they visualize all the texts from a specific target. what I found in my experience is that it brings the target, but it also brings a lot of noise. Like I mean, literally a guy from 10 years ago in my experience, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you're so history. I am sorry I even brought you back into my life. And so, but everybody's different. Maybe there's something unresolved there that you want to clear up. You never know. It also brings employment opportunities, so it just opens you up. So I think it's a magnificent little trick. And this is all I have. I hope I can make the other video because it's also very important, and it's also something that you can do to manifest more money into your life. But again, I do it a little differently than most manifestors, and I'll show you how. I conclude this one here. Thank you so much for bearing with me. And again, I remind you there is a sale going on and it will end automatically in 2 days. This is Jen with Jenny Demonic. Bye.